Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Voyager, Season 6, Episode 17, Spirit Folk. I don't know, Season 6 I felt like started pretty strong, and then this middle area is just kind of bad. So this is the sequel episode to Fairhaven, and kind of coincidentally, what would have made this episode stronger is if there had been more Fairhaven episodes to kind of keep it as a story arc, but instead just having that one and this one weakens the entire story. And so, at first it was kind of interesting to kind of go back to to Tom's program, but then the whole thing changes because they end up realizing that they're holograms, but they don't quite know they're holograms. They just know something's weird because Tom changes Harry's date into a cow, and he fixes his car and stuff like this. And usually they just don't even notice stuff like that. They just completely are oblivious. But they do pick up on it, and so now they start thinking that the Voyager crew are spirit folk. So there's kind of an interesting scene where Michael is brought into just the holodeck, and they're like, oh, there's something wrong with his program, and he actually fakes that he's scared and doesn't know where he's at. And he's just like, oh, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, we fixed the program. So, of course, he runs and tells everybody, I went to the other world, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just okay, it's kind of an interesting scene. And at this point, they start entertaining the idea that these people will realize, hey, we're actually from somewhere else, and you're not even real. You're just photons. It's very reminiscent of the whole Sherlock things in The Next Generation, where Moriarty realized who he was and what he was. I did like how Janeway gave Michael a copy of Mark Twain, which, we saw Mark Twain in The Next Generation, so that was kind of interesting and stuff like that. But like I said, because we never see these characters again and we never return to Fairhaven, the whole point of this episode basically loses everything because we never see them again, and we don't see more of those interactions of them knowing that they're holograms. So, I don't know, I wanted to like this episode. If I just watched this episode on TV, I probably would have liked it. But in hindsight, 25 years later, knowing we never see these characters again, it really kind of loses a step. I would have recommended to kind of not even watch Fairhaven, and this following in those footsteps. So for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think about it? What did you think about the return to the city? Go ahead, let me know, and I will see you guys next time for Ashes to Ashes.